Hi, you guys. It is September 6th, 2021. Happy Labor Day. My name is Doris, and this is the Knit and Purl Podcast, episode 221. It's going to be Crochet and Stash. You can find the show notes for this podcast at knitandpurl-doris.blogspot.com. In social media, I am One Fine Cow, all spelled out, on Ravelry and Twitter. I am One Fine Design, the number one, on Facebook and Etsy. And I am Doris M. Smith, all lowercase, and smooshed together on Instagram. This podcast has a Ravelry group, which is the Knit and Purl Podcast group. But alas, you don't have to remember any of this stuff, because in the down bar below are links to the show notes, to the Ravelry group, to my Etsy store. If you click on the show notes link, at the top of the show notes under the video is all the social media clickable links and the Ravelry group clickable links, and everything that I talk to you about, my foes and my whips, there are all clickable links so that you can go look at them. They're the patterns. The patterns and the tutorials are linked, so please go take a look if you're interested. Story of the Week in Stash Enhancement. Surprise. I got some more ice yarn. Pay no attention to the craziness behind me. I got some of this beautiful stuff. 3 packs of 4. Here is the number. It is jeans wool in fuchsia and purple. 230 yards, 210 meters, which is 230 yards. It is a worsted weight. It's called jeans wool on ice yarns. I got 3 packs for a sweater. I don't know what kind of sweater it's going to be, but nonetheless, it's in my stash. It's going to be a knit sweater. I'm contemplating doing a modified flax sweater. I like that fit, and making it a longer one to be like to wear with leggings and stuff. That's what I'm contemplating. So that is the stash. 3 packages of these. Yes. So I've been crocheting a lot. It seems to settle me, calm me a little bit, and also I'm simply doing what I want to do. I see a project and I look at my stash and I'm like, yeah, let's do that thing. I've also been off of my eating plan and gained a little weight back, but you guys, things are crazy right now. Things are crazy. Work is stressful. And I want some sugar. Also, if things don't change, I will be looking for a new job, because I'm not a sheep. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So let's just move on to the foes. I have 2 foes. Since it's been a month, it's only 2, but you know, life. So my first finished object is the Tammy Sweater, which is I bought the pattern, but it's also a free tutorial on YouTube by The Secret Yarnery. Let me get this up here where I can get a better look at it. The Secret Yarnery. The yarn I use is Ambient in camel white and maroon shades. This is, I think it has some wool in it. let me go get the packaging. And then here's this. It is, I'm sorry, it is 50 wool, 50 acrylic. It's ambient. So it's actually a roving type yarn. It's thick and thin, single ply. It was a joy to work with, and it gave me the results that I wanted. So I'm putting it on, and as I'm putting it on, you'll notice my design feature. Oh well, I got around to almost finishing it, and I saw that, and I'm like, I'm not ripping it back. This is my design feature. So the Tammy Sweater is like a free tutorial by Krista of the Secret Yarnery. Told you the yarn. I used my J Knit Prosing crochet hook for this. It's been done a while, and I've been using it when the air conditioner is too cold. I'll back it up. The Tammy Sweater is actually a tutorial when she was doing a crochet along for breast cancer awareness, because a person who also did YouTube stuff passed away from breast cancer. So, but this was so simple and easy, and I love it, and I'm so glad that if you've been here a while, you know that I started this sweater and frogged it because the yarn I used, it was too bulky and it wasn't. So I went back and I purchased this yarn, which is the same exact yarn that Krista used to make the Tammy, and I'm very happy with the way it turned out. That is that. Also, I finished the light and lacy crochet poncho shawl that ended up being it's going to be, I just cast it off today. It's going to be a rectangular wrap. I just finished it, but I was like looking at the tutorial, and I just didn't have the mind space to do the poncho. So I just decided it will be a nice rectangular lacy wrap. Like I said, I just cast it off, so I need to weave in the two ends and block it. It will be wider once I block it. It'll open up and be bigger. But I think it'll be a beautiful wrap. And that's that. The yarn I used was a mandala in the color unicorn. So the pattern is linked to the light and lacy crochet poncho. It's a tutorial by Blue Eyed Style. So there you go. It's done. Like I said, I need to block it, and I will show it again when it's blocked. So that is all of the finishes, and I have 3 crochet projects in whips. I have one knitted. I didn't even put it on and I'm just knitting it's going to be a pouch for my iPad mini. It's going to be a pouch for this. So I started it as, well, maybe I'll make a hat, because I'm trying to get this out of my stash. This is the Cascade 220 superwash wool. I've had these things in my stash, and I started knitting this. I thought it'll be a hat, and then yeah, I decided, no, I'm going to make this into a pouch. It's dense. It'll be a nice pouch for my, what I'm going to do is get it the length I want, and then I'm going to 3 needle bind off, weave in the ends, and it'll be a pouch. Like I said, I didn't even put it on. And the needles I'm using, I think it's a small, I think these are 4s, or yeah, this is a US 4. There you go. That's a whip. That's the one knit whip I have. I want to get this on the needle, but I figure let me finish one more thing over here, and then figure out what pattern I want to knit and knit a sweater. This is a crochet sweater. I don't know how many sweaters I've completed already this year, but here is another sweater. I've been seeing this project. It's in my Ravelry library. It is called the Sunday Coffee Cardigan. It's a free pattern on Ravelry by Emilia Johansson. The yarn I'm using is some I Love This Yarn and Savor, which was in my stash, and my Knit Pro Zings J crochet hook. I love this. When I first got these hooks, I really wasn't thrilled with them, and I thought, well, let me just try it again. I really like it. I have a set of these I got for my birthday or something. I don't remember. So here is what I have done on this sweater so far. The bottom, and look, I made a pocket. Okay, when I started the pockets, I said, oh, that would be so pretty to have that pink on the outside. Well, guess what? That's not the way it works. You attach it, but then it becomes the back, and your other work is actually the pocket. So I have the pockets done, and I'm working up the body, and then you will split for, the armholes, and the back goes up, and it's really a cool pattern, and I've been looking at it and wanting it, and so I started it with the yarn the second time yarn from the first Tammy Sweater. So this is just some I Love This Yarn in fuchsia, and then this is the Savor that I'm going to finish it with. And that's what I have done so far. If you're interested to see how it looks, click on the link in the show notes, and you can get it's on Ravelry, Sunday Coffee Cardigan. It looks so cool, and I wanted it, and so I started it. I also came across another tutorial on YouTube, and again, I saw the pattern. I want to try it, and I want this yarn out of my stash. So this is what it's the name of the pattern is the half crochet eyelet shawl. It's a tutorial on YouTube by Happy Crafty Homemaker. The yarn is some Stash Cascade 220 Superwash wool. The hook is an eye. It's just a boy. An eye. And I want this to be big. A big, huge blanket wrap. And here is what I have so far. Not nearly big enough, but this is the last of the superwash, and it's not going to be big enough. So I've got some other wool in the similar weight that I'm just going to carry on with when I finish, here's this. When I finish this, I'll try it on and see what I think, but it's going to be just, you know, craziness. But it's going to be a nice blanket shawl I can wrap around my shoulders, and I like it. It's an easy to follow pattern, and I like it. It's going to wrap around my shoulders nicely because it's got that angle to it. It's a simple pattern to follow. It's a one row repeat once you get the pattern established. It's very simple. One row repeat, and it's fun, and I really like this filet crochet. I really do. So that is that. And I have one more project that also, actually this next project I have been looking at and wanting to do for a while, but as you'll see when I get there, that it had me like, I don't know. But I came across it again and I'm like, yes, I'm doing it. It's actually for a baby blanket, and using DK yarn, but I'm using worsted and I didn't write down that stuff. I'm using what is this? Another eye. My fancy Susan Bates eye. And it's called the Easy Crochet Baby Blanket. It's a star block blanket. It's also filet crochet, which is one of the reasons why. Excuse me. Sorry, excuse me. So here's a block. There's a link to the pattern. It's actually a star. You use these blocks and you make a star in randomly, and then you sew them all she has the tutorial to crochet them together. So I wanted to show you on something that you could really see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't hardly see it, but there it is. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, you guys know me, I'm crazy. I do crazy. I don't know. There's 15 blocks. And I laid it out on my bed last night, and I was going to do like 5 across by 8 up. These are pretty good size. So I laid it out on my bed last night to see where I was. And I decided to go 4 by 6 and make it a throw. I have 9 more blocks, and the blocks will be done. I'll then weave in all the ends, make my stars. If you're at all interested, if you click that link, you'll go to the video and she'll show you how to make the stars. You'll see a picture of the blanket, and you can decide. Like I said, the original is for a baby blanket with DK yarn and smaller hook, but I did worsted weight, bigger hook. The blocks are huge, and yeah, this is what kept me from doing it for the longest time. It's piecing. But then I watched one of her tutorials where she did a crochet join, and I'm like, yeah. And look, I gathered up all my pieces, half half balls of different yarns, and I said, yep, we're doing it. I pulled out, this one is a full ball. This is Red Hearts with Love. And this is a full ball of, I love this yarn. So these will be some of the major colors. The rest of them is just going to be haphazard craziness. But it's my blanket. I'm going to do me. You do you. So that is all of the whips that there is to be had. All of the finishes. Hopefully by the next time you see this podcast, there will be some knitting. A sweater started. That's all I have today. So thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. Please like, and please, you guys, I've been missing communicating with you and hearing from you. So please leave comments in the Ravelry group if you're a member, or in the down bar below, so that we can communicate. That's why I do this stuff, just to have some back and forth communication with other people in the crafty world. So thank you for watching. I'll see you for the next episode, whenever that will be. Bye, you guys.